Germany is famous for Neuschwanstein, but hidden across the country are castles most travelers never see. Its iconic silhouette, a 19th century fantasy of a medieval past, draws millions, tourists snapping photos, crowded viewpoints. Yet, this is but one story. Quick question. In the live chat, which hidden castle would you visit first? Drop your pick below. Beyond the well-trodden paths, nestled in deep forests perched upon dramatic cliffs guarding ancient riverways, lie structures steeped in a more authentic, more rugged history. These are the fortresses of knights, the seats of regional power, and the silent witnesses to centuries of trade and conflict. They are not pristine fantasies, but weathered stone chronicles of a time long past. Close-ups, crumbling mortar, lichen, carved stone. Here, in these lesser-known strongholds, one finds a different kind of magic. It is the magic of solitude, of windswept ruins that whisper tales of siege and chivalry, and of intact towers that have housed the same families for over 800 years. While Neuschwanstein offers a polished dream, these castles present a raw and mysterious beauty, an invitation to step into a world that feels truly ancient and untouched. Tell us in the live comments which castle you'd most like to visit. We are about to embark on a journey to uncover these hidden jewels, to explore the authentic heart of Germany's feudal landscapes. Each castle we will visit tells a unique story of its landscape and the people who shaped it. From the fairy tale spires of a fortress that has never been conquered to the sprawling ruins of a mighty river guardian, we will see how these structures were not merely residences, but vital organs of a complex medieval ecosystem. They controlled trade routes, projected power, and became legends in their own right. Join me as we venture beyond the postcards and discover the castles that time and the tourist hordes have almost forgotten. Deep within a secluded valley carved by the waters of the Elsbach stream, a tributary of the Moselle, a remarkable survivor stands sentinel. This is Burg Eltz. Unlike so many of its contemporaries which fell to ruin or were rebuilt beyond recognition, Eltz has remained almost miraculously untouched by war. For over 850 years it has been in the continuous possession of the same family, a living dynasty preserved in stone and timber. Its cluster of 8 towers reaching up to 35 meters high creates a silhouette not of a single fortress but of a tightly knit village community, fortified against the outside world. The castle's very location speaks to its strategy for survival. Hidden away, rather than perched provocatively on a hilltop, it avoided the direct paths of marauding armies. This isolation, combined with clever diplomacy, allowed it to weather the storms of the ages. Its architecture is a beautiful, chaotic tapestry woven over centuries. Romanesque foundations, Gothic additions, Renaissance flourishes. Each branch of the Eltz family built their own living quarters, adding new towers and halls, resulting in the wonderfully complex structure we see today. A vertical testament to familial continuity. To step inside is to step back into the world of the medieval knight. The interiors are not museum reconstructions but are preserved as they were, filled with original furnishings, priceless artworks, and formidable weaponry. The Knight's Hall, with its heavy oak beams and grand fireplace, still echoes with the imagined clamor of feasting nobles. The treasury glitters with gold and silver artifacts, a testament to the wealth that flowed along the nearby trade routes. The lords of Eltz grew powerful by controlling the flow of goods and levying tolls, their prosperity reflected in the castle's ever-expanding form. It was a strategic asset, a family home, and a symbol of enduring power. The combination of its intact structure and rich history makes it a perfect snapshot of knightly life, a window into a past that feels astonishingly present. Here, in this enchanted clearing, the fairy tale is real. It is not a fantasy constructed for a king, but a fortress that has earned its story through centuries of resilience. Perched with breathtaking drama upon a sheer limestone cliff, appears as if sprung from the pages of a chivalric romance. This is not a fortress hardened by centuries of medieval warfare, but a 19th century dream of what a knight's castle should be. It rises above the Ahaz Valley, in Württemberg, a slender, neo-Gothic silhouette against the sky. Its construction was inspired by the novel Lichtenstein, which romanticized the region's medieval past. In this sense, it shares a conceptual origin with Neuschwanstein. Both are products of Romanticism's fascination with a bygone era. Yet, where Neuschwanstein is a sprawling operatic fantasy, Lichtenstein is a more intimate, poetic expression of the same ideal. Commissioned by Duke Wilhelm of Urach in the 1840s, it was built upon the foundations of a far older medieval fortification. The result is this fairy tale castle, accessible only by a stone bridge spanning a terrifying drop, its delicate turrets and crenellated walls offering storybook perfection. The castle's dramatic setting is its most powerful feature. The views from its battlements are simply staggering, stretching out across the rolling hills and forests of the Swabian Alps. The design intentionally maximizes this connection to the landscape, with balconies and windows positioned to frame the spectacular panorama. Inside, the castle continues its romantic narrative. The halls are adorned with ornate paintings depicting scenes from the novel that inspired it, as well as a significant collection of historic arms and armor. Every detail, from the painted ceilings to the stained glass windows, is crafted to evoke a sense of noble history and heroic deeds, a carefully constructed atmosphere of a time that never quite was, but that the 19th century desperately wished had been. While it may not possess the ancient battle-scarred authenticity of a true medieval fortress, Schloss Lichtenstein offers something equally valuable, a window into the soul of the Romantic era. It demonstrates how a landscape can inspire a story, and how that story, in turn, can reshape the landscape. It stands as a testament to the power of imagination. A jewel box castle that, despite its youth, captures a timeless longing for adventure and romance, rivaling its more famous Bavarian cousin in sheer unadulterated storybook charm. Schloss Lichtenstein is not a medieval relic. It is a romantic dream made real. Built in the 19th century, it reflects an age longing for a past that never truly existed. Every arch and turret is a love letter to imagination, not to war or defense. Perched on a cliff above the Swabian Alps, the castle looks almost weightless. It invites visitors into a fairy tale world where reality blends with painted fantasy. Though young by European standards, Liechtenstein offers something priceless. A look into the soul of the Romantic era. Here, landscapes inspire stories, and stories reshape the landscapes into legends. Schloss Liechtenstein remains a jewel-box castle, young in age, timeless in spirit, a place where adventure, romance and imagination merge into pure storybook charm. Liechtenstein reminds us that sometimes the most powerful history is the one we dare to imagine. Along the banks of the mighty Rhine lie the colossal ruins of Burg Rheinfels. This is not a delicate fairy tale castle. This is a statement of raw power. Once the largest and most formidable fortress in the Middle Rhine, its scale defies belief. Sprawled across a hilltop above St. Goar, its crumbling walls and vast empty halls speak of wealth and military might. Founded in the 13th century by Count Dieter V von Katzenelnbogen, Rheinfels was built to control the river. It served as a customs castle, levying tolls on merchant vessels. Endless merchant traffic flowed beneath its guns. That wealth made its owners powerful, and made the castle a target. Its history is one of sieges, expansions, relentless displays of force. Walking Rheinfels today is an exercise in imagination. You wander through shattered battlements, cavernous cellars, and miles of underground mines and tunnels. The main courtyard is now a wide, grassy expanse. It was once filled with soldiers, craftsmen, and servants. From the highest points, the views are as strategic as ever. A panorama of the Rhine Valley unfolds, the river snaking below, dotted with barges and cruise ships following the same trade route. You can see for miles, which explains why this spot was coveted. Lords here could spot any approaching threat, a rival army or a merchant trying to evade a toll. Slighted by French revolutionary troops in the late 18th century, Rheinfels was damaged, but its power remains. The ruins are perhaps more evocative than an intact castle. Even the mightiest strongholds can be brought to their knees, leaving stone skeletons to whisper their stories to the wind. High above the forests of the Palatinate, crowning a trio of sandstone peaks, stands Burg Trifels. This is a castle steeped not just in history, but in imperial legend. During the 12th century and the 13th century under the Hohenstaufen emperors, Trifels was one of the most important castles in the Holy Roman Empire. Its primary role was that of a treasure chest, a secure vault for the imperial regalia, the crown, the scepter, the orb, the very symbols of imperial power. To hold Trifels was, in a sense, to hold the keys to the kingdom. But Trifels was more than just a treasury. It was also a notorious state prison, its isolated, impregnable position, making it the perfect place to house high-value political prisoners. Its most famous inmate was undoubtedly Richard the Lionheart, King of England. Captured on his way back from the Third Crusade, he was held here for several weeks in 1193, a pawn in the complex power games of European monarchs. Legend has it his loyal minstrel, Blondel, traveled from castle to castle singing a song only he and the king knew, until he heard Richard's voice reply from a window. The castle we see today is largely a 19th century reconstruction, and a 20th century reconstruction, built upon the original medieval foundations. The rugged reddish sandstone blocks give it a stern and imposing character. The main tower rises sheer from the rock, offering commanding views across the vast expanse of the Palatinate forest. The wind howls around these rebuilt battlements, carrying with it the weight of history and the echo of legends. Exploring Trifels is to engage with the very concept of medieval power. The strategic importance of its location is immediately obvious. It dominates the surrounding landscape, a watchtower on a regional route that connected the Rhine Valley to France. The reconstructed Great Hall, with its grand arches and throne, allows one to imagine the emperor holding court, surrounded by his powerful vassals. The chapel, with its simple, powerful Romanesque design, speaks to the fusion of spiritual and temporal authority that defined the era. It is a place of rugged, stark beauty, where the line between history and myth becomes blurred. Nestled on a steep rock overlooking a gentle bend in the Lahn River, Burg Runkel presents a more intimate and approachable vision of the medieval world. Unlike the grand imperial fortresses, Runkel feels like a part of the small, charming town that clusters at its feet. Its story is not one of emperors and international intrigue, but of local lords, territorial disputes, the rhythms of everyday feudal life. Its layered architecture is a visible chronicle of its long and complex history, a castle, built, expanded and defended over many generations. The castle consists of two main parts, the core upper castle with its powerful, imposing keep, the lower castle, added in later centuries. The oldest sections date back to the 12th century, built by the lords of Runkel to secure their territory and control a crossing on the Lahn River. The tall, slender keep, or Bergfried, is a classic feature of German castles, designed not as a residence but as a final refuge during a siege, and a symbol of the owner's noble status. The history of Burg Runkel is a tangled tale of family feuds. For centuries, the castle was co-owned by two competing family lines, the Runkels, the Westerbergs, who were in a state of almost constant conflict. This division is literally built into the castle's fabric, with different sections and fortifications reflecting the rivalry. As you cross the old stone bridge over the Lahn and climb the winding path to the castle gates, you get a sense of its defensive ingenuity on a human scale. The riverside setting is picturesque, but it was also strategic, providing a natural moat on one side. The layered walls and fortified gateways were designed to exhaust attackers, forcing them through a series of deadly choke points. Today these same paths offer charming views of the river and the red-roofed town below. Inside, the castle offers a glimpse into the domestic side of feudal existence. While much of it remains a family residence, parts are open to visitors, showcasing rooms that feel lived in rather than staged. You can climb the keep for a wonderful view of the Lahn Valley and explore the courtyards where the daily business of the castle would have been conducted. Chapter 6. At the edge of the Palatinate forest, where the hills give way to a sun-drenched sea of vineyards, stand the proud ruins of Burg Neuleiningen. This is a castle that seems to have grown from the very earth it commands. Its massive circular outer wall, built in the 13th century, encloses the remnants of a fortress and the heart of a quaint village. The castle and the town below are inextricably linked, a medieval fortified settlement. The origins lie with the Counts of Leiningen, who built this stronghold to dominate a fertile, strategic region, the gateway to the German wine route. The design was progressive for its time, possibly influenced by concentric castles seen in France or the Holy Land. Its most striking feature is the four round towers on the curtain wall, a defensive innovation for better sight lines and siege resistance. Today the castle is a romantic, serene ruin. The great halls are gone, their floors now carpets of green grass, open to the sky. The outer walls and towers remain, pale stone glowing in the afternoon sun. Walking the walls reveals a spectacular vista. Below, the ancient village, timber-framed houses, narrow lanes, huddles within the castle's embrace. Beyond, rows of grapevines stretch across the rolling landscape, testament to the region's other great wealth. There is a profound sense of peace here. The echoes of battle have faded, replaced by the chirping of birds and the gentle rustle of leaves, a beloved backdrop for village festivals and open-air theater performances. It represents past and present, solitary medieval strength and vine-shaded serenity. Chapter 7. High on the forested slopes of the Battert Mountain, overlooking the elegant spa town of Baden-Baden, the Altes Schloss, or Old Hohenbaden Castle, offers one of the most romantic ruins in all of Germany. This was the original seat of the Margraves of Baden, a dynasty that would rule the region for centuries. Its story begins in the 12th century with the construction of a powerful Romanesque fortress. Over the next 300 years, the castle was continuously expanded in the Gothic style, growing into a vast and complex palace. But in the 15th century, the Margraves moved their residence down into the valley to a new palace, the Neues Schloss. The old castle began a slow, graceful decline. A fire in the 16th century sealed its fate, and it was abandoned to the elements, becoming the picturesque ruin we see today. To explore the Altes Schloss is to wander through a landscape painting from the Romantic era. Nature has reclaimed much of the structure. Empty window frames look out onto breathtaking views, and stone staircases lead to nowhere. One of the castle's most remarkable features is a giant wind harp, installed in the 19th century. When the breeze blows through its strings, it creates an ethereal, haunting music that drifts through the ruins, adding another layer of mystique to the experience. It is the perfect soundtrack for this place, a lament for its lost grandeur, and a celebration of its enduring, wild beauty. From the keep you can see across Baden-Baden, the Rhine plain, and on a clear day, to the Vosges in France. The Altes Schloss is a testament to the life cycle of a castle. It was born of power, lived a life of splendor, and is now settled into a beautiful and dignified old age. It is not preserved under glass but is left open, a playground for the imagination. It reminds us that there is a profound beauty in decay, and that a structure's second life as a romantic ruin can be just as compelling as its first life as a mighty fortress. Chapter 8. On the right bank of the Rhine, two castles stand in stark, dramatic proximity, known as the Hostel Brothers, Burg Starrenberg, northernmost older, Burg Liebenstein, a stone's throw away, slightly younger, separated by a gully and two defensive shield walls, which begs the question, why? Their story blends historical fact and romantic legend. Legend: two brothers inherit the castle. Conrad leaves for the Crusades. He entrusts his fiancée, Angela, to Heinrich. Heinrich betrays that trust. He wins Angela's affection. He builds Liebenstein next to the family home. Conrad returns, heartbroken. Conrad builds a second shield wall to block the view. The two live as bitter enemies. Historical reality: Starrenberg was an imperial castle. Liebenstein was later built as a counter-castle by the archbishops of Trier. The shield walls weren't for a family feud. They were state-of-the-art defenses, built to stop catapult attacks from the high ground. They're part of the medieval arms race in military architecture. Today, the two castles form a uniquely powerful visual. From one you can look straight across at the other, their stone walls seeming to glower across the divide. Starrenberg is partly restored, and houses a cafe with Rhine views. Liebenstein is a short walk away and now hosts a hotel and restaurant. The path between them follows the old dividing walls. Outro. Our journey through the hidden heart of Germany's castle country has come to an end. We have walked through the intact halls of Burg Eltz, a fortress that diplomacy kept safe for centuries. We have marveled at the romantic dream of Lichtenstein, perched on its impossible cliff. We have felt the immense power of the Rhine from the colossal ruins of Rheinfels, and stood where emperors stored their treasures at Trifels. Each castle, a unique character in a grand, sprawling narrative, written across the German landscape. These structures are more than just piles of stone. They are anchors to a deep and tumultuous past. They offer a more authentic, more visceral connection to history than any polished reconstruction. In their weathered walls, their ruined halls, and their commanding views, we find not just beauty, but the tangible echoes of ambition, conflict, survival, and artistry. They remind us that the most profound stories are often found not in the spotlight, but in the quiet, forgotten corners of the world, waiting patiently to be rediscovered. These are the castles that tell the true, complex story of Germany. A story of rival lords, powerful families, and strategic landscapes. If you're ready to uncover more of Europe's secret history, subscribe now to Global Explorer. New videos every Monday and Friday. Let the spirit of discovery guide you beyond the familiar, and you will find that history is alive, breathing in the wind that sweeps across these ancient battlements.